comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull off. Hat on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left. Touchdown. Touchdown. 8th floor. Come down. Hotel. Lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m. Check out. Might give her one foul just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess in my schedule. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a match. And plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. And I don't need you to okay it. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left. Touchdown. They can't take it to 10.
Autumn has come to upstate New York, and we find ourselves at New Era Field in Orchard Park. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This is taken at the 3. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. The kick return touchdown goes for 97 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 7-0. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready. 5'8", 5'8". Mike's 56. Let's go heavy. Let's go heavy. Everyone, we're good. 5'4". Ready. We're good. Give me some. Here we go.
This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, Conner looking for space. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. A couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
They go play action here on first down. Getting the sack to 227-pound linebacker Quan Alexander.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. On second down, it's Conner. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
It's now 3rd and 10.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down.
I'm here all day. 55.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question, down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Now Breeze. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them. Big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On second down, Freeman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to face a third down. A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The intended receiver, Taywan Taylor, and that'll bring up second down.
Ready? 5-8. Let's go one more. Hey, break it down, fellas. Break it down.
On the draw, Connor. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards.
That's it, baby.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. This one complete to Giovanni Bernard. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They do go for it. It's Breeze. And he finds Seal. Stopped right at midfield. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
Spill. Spill.
Jackson number Bills. First down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield, here's Breeze. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. He finds Hopkins complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about that.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down inside the 25 before he gets out of bounds.
There's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Gets it off to Freeman. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Ready. Right there in the middle. 55. Watch the turn. Mike 55. Mike 55. Mike 55. Don't get nervous. Mike 55. Mike 55. Check back. Hold short. Check back. Watch 55.
Murray now on first down. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Let's go now. Come on, now the roof. Check. Watch it. Here we go.
On second down now. It's Freeman. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Murray. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. John Ross. A touchdown on a kick return, and now one through. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Connor going backwards here on the first down carry. Stopped up for a loss of a couple. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Connor. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. On first and 10 is Connor. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Play action. Breeze. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
On third down, Bernard. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to fourth down.
A 14-yard gain. It's fourth down.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Good sock, baby. That's a big sock.
So here we go on fourth down with Breeze. And he's got the completion. completion to Hopkins. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 36. On play action, now Breeze. Looking end zone for Jones. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On 2nd down, Bernard. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They've played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. To throw again on 2nd down. Murray, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerry Tillery in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Murray with a 3rd and long. Got a man open, it's Ross. And he'll be out right at the 35. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11.
If he writes a book in the offseason, he ought to title it Undaunted, because where he is on the field, back on his own side, and goes for it, and gets it, I got to give it to him on that one.
Yeah, only thing you can justify it with is it was only a few inches. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable. And there's 2 schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And a catch made by Hopkins. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. On 3rd down, Bernard. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Ready? I'm coming.
They fake the give. Here's Breeze. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
It's second down and 10.
Ready.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Kill.
To throw, it's Breeze. Going deep for Huff. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Lambo to add on the extra point. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
You must be dreaming.
A final shot before half from Murray. He's going to look deep for more. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Again, a run with counter. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Breeze now. It's caught. Jones. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The end result, 21 yards.
Ready?
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On first down, Connor. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Calais Campbell able to record his 5th sack of the season. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Right there, 54, right there.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down. They'll run on first down. Coleman. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. He is going to find Hill here. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 20-yard line. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an...
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for them. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100-1. And it's not looking good for them here.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
After the turnover, here's Murray. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. To throw is Murray. And his throw here is incomplete. The Pro Bowler Tyreek Hill, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
That one complete to Hill. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. Murray now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They toss to Freeman. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Now on 2nd and 13. Murray. Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 23.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. They brought the house that time on a young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback, because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo 1st. Right back to Cotter here on 1st. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. On 2nd down now, it's Cotter. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Back now in Buffalo. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. Back now in Buffalo. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. They'll run. This is Bernard. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. On play action, it's Breeze. Going deep for Hop. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins. His 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year, as his guys are able to pull a bit closer. So now an important conversion attempt here as the Bills line up to go for 2. They'll try and run with Bernard, but he will not get into the end zone, and that one hurts as it will remain a 2-score game here in the 4th. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what?
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw is Breeze. That's complete. Bernard. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up third down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Gets it to his running back, Bernard. And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
21. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. And we got kill. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Convert. Shift.
They'll go for it. It's Breeze. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Breeze to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. On the counter, it's Connor. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. They'll look to run with Connor. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Lambeau will put this one through, and this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
From the 29, Murray. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Calais Campbell in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. He's going to loft one deep left side, and that's caught inside the 35. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 82 yards. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And now nothing but green ahead of him. Touchdown, Buffalo. And that big fourth-quarter return, Charles, makes this a one-score game.
And now it all comes down to philosophy. All right, they just had a big return for a touchdown, so the momentum is high. Do you want to ride that and go for 2? Or do you just go ahead and kick the extra point and come back and rely on your defense?
Lambo on for the extra point. Cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. The field goal we just saw has us now at a one-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball, but here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that, and that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Right there, 54 miles.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Murray, open man is Ross, complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on third down.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on.
Back to throw. Murray. And going deep for Hill. And that's caught at the 25. And at the end of it, he's stripped. Ball comes loose. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
It's not often that we see big plays end in disaster, and we just absolutely saw it right there. They had something really big cooking on that one.
Can you, when you're down near the goal line like that on a big play, do you get maybe a little too careless, a little too desperate for the goal line?
I think the last part is exactly right. You get desperate for the goal line, and sometimes you get the ball out ahead away from your body, or you're trying to extend to get there, or maybe you're just trying so hard that the ball will come out of your hands. In any event, that's a big opportunity lost.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Opposite.
Back to throw, Breeze. He finds Hopkins complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Back to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
Ready? 5-9. Yo, 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 yo. Yo! 25! Kill, kill! Kill, kill!
He's back to throw. He'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. The line to gain is the 33 on third down.
65! Check, 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 check! Over! Mike, 56, right there, 56. Coming to you, coming to you. Try 9.
They'll run it here with Bernard. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a fourth down. And the Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on fourth down.
Check, crouch, 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 under, lucky. Wait, back. Check. Hatchet.
Bree's going to go on fourth down. And he finds Seals Jones complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10.
Sammy!
He'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down.
He's taken out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's second and 10. Breeze to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. He's got daylight. 20, 10, 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. Well, they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
One more extra point attempt for good measure. It's up and it's good as they tack on one more to what's going to be a very satisfying victory. So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for the Dolphins, that's now 5 wins on the campaign as they get the job done here. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Going big, going big. Everybody thought they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everybody thought they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm
P-P-P-Love, time to bring the bass back.
Swear I'm going big like a lineman. Shoe up
bring the limes in. She wanna pull up to the crib, we can't dine in. Up right away, couldn't even get a vine in. Straight with the money, we aligned in. Tell me how you broke, tryna chime in. Jesus watching over here in diamonds. He the only reason why I do not get violent. Ay, cause he gave me patience. Ay, swear that all makes sense. Ay, when you making bands, can make friends. Cause I know they tryna shit like Ray-Bans. Got a bad little shorty wasting. And I own it, I ain't gotta pay rent. Ay, I know we the ones that ain't them. Put both hands together and I'm saying amen. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the quick. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick. Acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going